Hello everybody. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to hear me or not. I'm gonna try to talk real loud because I'm right next to this highway. I'm going to give y'all my top 5 shelters on the Appalachian Trail 2017. Now, shelters are wonderful. You gotta love them. Some people hate them. But if you don't want to be in the rain or the wind or the cold or the snow, you'll be in that shelter. Now, I switched to a hammock halfway through the trail. I hung my hammock in the shelter when I could. It's just really great to not have your gear wet in the morning when you wake up. But anyways, okay, so this is my top 5, but I got a list. See, I got my list right here of 12 of them. Now, I have my phone in a phone mount on my handlebars of my bike. If it is bumpy or shaky, I apologize for that. We're just giving this a test run to see how it works. Okay, so number 1 on my list of shelters has really have to be, without a doubt, Tumbling Run shelter. Now, for a handful of reasons, right? We met the caretakers of that shelter, and they are there every day, checking on it, making sure it's not trashed. It is a couple miles from a major road, so it is known to be a party hangout place, but they take care of it. They've been taking care of it for years upon years. I mean, it is just an awesome shelter. The shelter's a little small, but there's 2 of them. There's a snoring and a non-snoring shelter, a covered picnic area, clotheslines, bear poles. The outhouse had 5 rolls of toilet paper in it. Nice tent areas. Just a great shelter. Caretook by some great people that really love the Appalachian Trail and thru hikers. So that's my number 1 for the list. All right, number 2, I would have to say, well, let's just go with Partnership Shelter. Now, there's some things that happened at the Partnership Shelter that I didn't like that was going on. Well, that was the hikers, not the shelter. It's a great shelter. It offers a shower there, and unfortunately, it was still too early, still considered too cold to have that outdoor shower open, but it's there. You can order pizza and have it delivered to the parking lot right next to the shelter. So that's awesome, and it's right next to like I said, it's right next to a visitor center park area, and they have running water and the greatest restroom facilities I think I saw on the trail. Anyways, Partnership Shelter. Next up, we'll talk about another mega shelter, the Bryant Ridge Shelter. Now, Johnny Tsunami, Q, Blueberry, Buzz, and another gentleman that was out for a section hike all stayed at the Bryant Ridge Shelter, and it was like a mansion. We could have had 30 other people in there, and we'd probably had room for it. It is just a humongous shelter, plenty of water sources all around it. I was upstairs in the loft. Whoa, don't fall out of there, phone. I was upstairs in the loft, and it wasn't as sealed in the loft as I thought it would have been. In the early AM hours, there was some really cold wind coming through the loft, and I basically just laid up there and shivered because I didn't have my clothes on. But Bryant Ridge Shelter, awesome shelter. All right. Next up is a shelter I did not stay at. I just stopped and had lunch there. Was the Jim and Molly Denton shelter. This is another one that the caretakers are really proud of, and they're there on a weekly basis, maintaining it, making sure it stays awesome. I mean, covered picnic areas, lounge chairs. It had an outdoor solar shower that it was not solar warmed up enough for me to even think about getting wet that day. But it's another really awesome shelter on the AT. Right after you get out of the Shenandoahs going north. Jim and Molly Denton shelter. All right, and then we'll talk about my last favorite shelter on the trail. And again, this is one we stayed there. I did not sleep in it because I was in a hammock outside of it. But that was Raven Rock Shelter. Brand spanking new shelter, one of the newest ones on the AT. I think just built like last year. I mean, this shelter is going to be there 100 years from now. They built this shelter so good, so amazingly tight and locked in with just the wood construction. It's going to be a favorite shelter on the trail for many hikers, I guarantee you. All right, that's my top 5 shelters. But you know, like all my other top 5 videos, I have to talk about some other shelters, right? Okay, so again, a shelter that I just looked at, and I thought when I was there I was filming it, but I wasn't. I ended up turning off the camera and then turning it on as I was walking away from it and filming the road. But that was the Fontana Dam Shelter, more commonly known as the Fontana Hilton. Really nice shelter, really nice. All right, Paul C. Wolf Shelter, right before you get into Waynesboro, right before the Shenandoah start. It's really an odd shelter. I don't remember seeing any other shelters along the Appalachian Trail built like the Paul C. Wolf, but it was amazing and could really accommodate a lot of hikers. All right, you see me, right? Okay. Don't run over the bicycler. Okay. It's another shelter, Okay. The Fire Warden's Cabin on top of Smart Mountain. Cool place. 4 walls and a door. Ceiling, roof, windows. Amazing, amazing shelter. I hung my hammock up on the porch of it. That was the day that I got up super early and climbed the fire tower on Smart's Mountain. Stood up there for about 40 minutes waiting for that sunrise to come up for y'all. I mean, it was for me too, but I promised I would film a sunrise, and that's when I was able to get it. Amazing sunrise morning on top of Smart's Mountain. All right, Upper Goose Bond's Cabin. All right, this place, I know it's about 0.6 miles off the Appalachian Trail. I don't care. Go to it. Do yourself a favor. Stop at Upper Goose Pond Cabin. It is amazing. Plenty of tenting. Plenty of bunks in the cabin. A pancake breakfast the next morning. It is an awesome place. It should probably been on my list, but I mean, it almost felt like I was cheating when I was there, because I had some wonderful trail magic coming at us from Grumpy and Gucci Girl, and you know, leftover watermelon from the day before, this trail magic, and then the pancake breakfast in the morning. Just an amazing place, Upper Goose Pond Cabin. enclosed buildings, we'll go ahead and talk about 501 Shelter. This is another place that you can order pizza, have it delivered to the road, right there at the shelter. Pizza, burgers, wings, whatever you want, you can pretty much get it at the 501 Shelter. Again, 4 walls, roof, got a sunlight in it. There's a garbage can. Okay, around the garbage can we go. Woo! Yeah, 501. Great place to stop as well. And you might consider this crazy, but I would have to say that was the cleanest porta potty ever that I've seen in my life, was at that 501 shelter. Next up is the RPH shelter. Now, this was a crazy little building. It's got 3 walls and a door, and then it's kind of open on the back wall, but it's got a covered picnic area. So that's an interesting little place, and the AT passes, 20 feet in front of the shelter. So even if you're not going to stay there for the night, which I did, slept on one of the bunks, definitely stop at it, take a look. Oh, and you can order pizza and have it delivered to the RPH shelter. And last on my list, yes I know, last on my list of really awesome shelters was the one at the Hemlocks. Now, the Hemlocks is about a half a mile south on the trail of the older shelter for that section, and they built the Hemlocks. Now, this was the first shelter we had counted going north that had that floor layout with the really big open floor, big wide bunks on either side, and then like a upstairs loft over the covered picnic table. And I was just like, yes, these shelters are amazing. But yeah, Hemlocks, new shelter. When I was there, the weather was just nasty and it was cold. And I'm telling myself, like, I didn't know what the Hemlocks would look like, but I was just like, you hear about these majestic trees and whatnot, and you're like, hey, shelter's got to be just as great as the trees are, right? And it was just what I needed at that moment. So that's my list of like about the top 12 shelters on the trail. And no disrespect to any of the other shelters out there, they were all great. They all kept you dry except for the few that leaked. But I mean, hey, what are you going to do? You're out there in the elements. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the top 5 shelters on the Appalachian Trail 2017. And again, I'm sorry this mountain's a little flimsy looking once you actually put your phone in it. It's kind of bouncing all over the place. I have to figure out a way to mount my GoPro to my helmet for more of these cycling videos. Okay, until next time. Haha, so I was just told by a very nice lady in a van that pulled up beside me and said, hey, it's really hard to see you in the dark. So I'm like, okay, thank you. And then she drove off. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm kind of wearing a blue jacket right now, but I think I can be seen. And I don't know if y'all see the street lights that are right up there, right around there, where my finger's pointing. They're starting to turn on now, so when all those come on, this will be a very bright street. I really don't feel that I'm in any danger of getting ran over, not by any fault of my own. But I'm heading on back to the house because, you know, daylight savings time. Why you gotta do this to me? I got home from work, I changed shoes, and I took off my hat, and I put on my helmet, gloves, and went for a ride. Then it got dark. So, heading back to the house, and I'll get this video out for y'all tonight.